first matchup of the NBA Cup. There is a lot of it, and we have a little extra spice to this game tonight. This is the first game of the NBA Cup for each of these teams.
Well, with only 4 games in the group stage, you have to get off to a good start. This is a big game for both teams in the Cup. And, of course, this game counts in the regular season as well.
And now the Lakers starting group. The guard pair will be Doncic and Reed. James is out there with Smart. And it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Memphis making a change here. Jerome is checked in. And he drives in. It's good.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Ayton a screen on Jerome. Doncic passes to Ayton. It's sent back by Edey. Here's Morant. Plays it up off the glass.
Well, no one gets to the hole better than Ja. His first step is unreal.
Reeves outside. And here we go. Fast break and Morant's got. And finished off by Morant.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And it's so hard to take away the 3 from Doncic. He needs very little space, and if you press up on him, he'll go right around you.
Edey with a screen on Reed. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
The electric Ja Morant, the leader of this team, Stan. What's his focus need to be going forward?
Well, look, Kevin, I think it's pretty simple with Ja Morant. We know how good he is. Can he keep himself on the floor on a consistent basis, which for Ja means staying healthy and staying out of trouble. If he can do that, there's no question about his ability or his ability to lead this team.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Doncic kicks to James. Back to Doncic. Puts the move on, and the dunk by Doncic.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
Out left to the wing. Wells passes to Morant. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Doncic kicks to Smart. Doncic with a screen for Smart. Doncic looking it over. Shot clock at 5. LeBron with a screen on Jerome. And Doncic throws it down.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Here's Jerome. Yep, it counts. Jerome's got his second basket of the night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Doncic outside. Ayton sets the pick for Doncic. Fires for 3. Edey with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. LeBron wants his respect. He said the work that goes into still playing at this level has to be respected. They say, would you rather be loved or respected? For me, it's always about respect. People can lie and say they love you, but you can always gauge when someone is not respecting you. Guys, back to you.
He truly has earned it. Allie, we thank you very much. Smart finds Doncic. For the 3. And again, the Lakers no good.
Looking to answer the 3 from the other end. Maybe too eager there.
Pass to Edey. Here's Jerome. Takes the 3. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Doncic passes to Reeves. Doncic against Jerome. Here's the three. And that's good. Luka Doncic for three. Doncic has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Lakers. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's ready to talk things through with them. Jackson, he's checked in for Wells. At this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. Second, the Grizzlies.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Here's Aldama. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on 8.
Defense way up on Aldama there. He barely had any room, hence the whistle.
And he can't hit the second. And the 7-footer, Santi Aldama. You know, Stan, he looks like a guard out there at times.
The way this guy has improved since he's come into the league is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who's gotten better as a shooter, more consistent, more efficient. But then he's added, like you said, his ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, and his ability to pass off the dribble. This is a very skilled big man.
The 3 for Doncic. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Pass to Edey. And it's Ayton with the rebound. LA's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. Smart dishes to Doncic. Doncic with a screen on Morant. On the wing, Doncic. Guarded by Jerome. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it doesn't take much for Doncic to get hot. And once that happens, boy, he is almost unguardable.
Reeves against Morant. Pass to Jerome. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
And Jerome drops them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Hi guys, the head athletic trainer for the Grizzlies provided us some information. The initial diagnosis is a strained MCL. The severity yet to be determined and is pending an MRI. An inopportune time here at the start of the season to be faced with any sort of injury, but the bright spot, guys, has been given the green light to play through it.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update.
Yeah, well, on one hand, I'm sure they're glad to know what's wrong, but on the other hand, that's a serious injury. Best of luck to him in his recovery process.
You've got Brandon Clark, Caldwell Pope out there with G.G. Jackson. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Spencer in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Clark, the pass to Jerome. Shoots over Doncic. Luka Doncic grabs the miss. Doncic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis, is Ja Morant. But his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Grizzlies making a switch here. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter.
Well, the defense can't let Morant get comfortable down there or he'll just continue to torture them.
Doncic kicks to Ayton. Back to Doncic. Ayton sets the pick for Doncic. From the arc. Oh, Doncic with a confident three ball.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Jackson looking it over. Back to Morant. Memphis moving it around. Wells sets the pick for Clark. Here's Cowell. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Doncic against Clark. James, that's a two-pointer. And it falls over the rim and in. And now a 4-point Laker lead.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
Here's Morant. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Ayton. Doncic outside. Over Morant. Doncic very comfortable down low.
And once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
Back to Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
And Ayton throws it down.
Great execution of the alley-oop. Of course, having Ayton to throw it to makes it much easier.
Here's Morant. The rebound by James. Lakers leading by 6. When LeBron's playing days are over, and GA, who knows when that'll be, what will you remember most about his play?
You know, I don't think there's ever been a player who came into the league with such lofty expectations and not only met those expectations, but fair to say, he's exceeded them. And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And it's Morant missing. LA's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Doncic outside. Reeves outside. Here's Wells. Lakers with the rebound. Doncic has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And they continue to control the glass.
Down low. Here's Jackson. Jackson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Doncic with a screen for LeBron. Morant against Doncic. Floats it up. Here's the lob, and LeBron flies through the air.
And how about the out-of-this-world athleticism? LeBron can finish just about any alley-oop with authority.
Outside for Jackson. The three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
James, good.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Morant against Doncic. Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Doncic throws it down.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Back to Morant. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Morant against Doncic. Reeves outside. Doncic against Morant. Doncic dishes to Smart. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Los Angeles, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Right back after this break.
Thanks for joining us for this fun-filled burst of basketball bliss. We kick off tonight's show with the Power Rank.
And taking a look at Memphis, not a lot of expectations for them so far, but they put together a nice little streak.
And you look at... And turning now to the game we've been watching, Luka Doncic has been lighting it up.
It's been Luka time. Get him the ball, let him make a play for himself, for others on the glass. He does everything for them.
It certainly has been all about cool hand Luka tonight. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
So Stan, the Thunder were the rare young team to win it all, but championship teams usually have a lot of veterans. Why is that? I mean, like, how do you explain that role?
Well, look, the more you know, the more you've been through certain situations, the easier it is to react effectively in that situation. You'll see guys be ahead of a play. Why? Because they've seen that play hundreds, even thousands of times developing that young guys haven't. So experience certainly helps.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, the guard pair will be Doncic and Reeves. James is out there with DeAndre Ayton, and it's Smart in at the small forward position. Now here's Morant for three. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Doncic with the block.
The anticipation is there for Luka on defense. And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
Sinks the triple.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Well, I had a chance to check out the stats for Marcus Smart. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Doncic passes to LeBron. Smart wide open, he fires. 5 to shoot. Doncic kicks to Smart. A three-pointer off the mark.
That's the look you want. Gotta be disappointed coming up empty.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Grizzlies last season retired the jersey number of the grind father, defensive ace Tony Allen, the player who coined the grit and grind motto that came to define the franchise in the 2010s. Allen was a perennial all-defense selection in Memphis, and his hard-nosed play set the tone. Back over to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Pass to Coward. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And it's Morant missing.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
And I love how Doncic reads the floor, varies his pace, and uses every trick of the bag to get where he wants to go.
Back to Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. The tray. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 5 rebounds tonight. Doncic against Morant. Makes it off the glass. Morant's got 8 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Doncic passes to LeBron. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Lakers lead by 15.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Doncic dishes to Smart, pass to Reeves. Doncic outside from downtown, and again it's the Lakers from deep.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Here's Morant. Rebound the Lakers. In each of his first 7 seasons in the NBA, Coach, DeAndre Ayton has averaged a double-double.
Yeah, Kevin, I think DeAndre Ayton, despite being a former #1 pick, has actually become one of the more underrated big guys in the league. Like, this guy, as you said, is consistent.
Stunning the crowd and the defense with that one. What a show from Doncic.
Here's Morant. The teardrop falls in. Morant's got 10 points in the quarter.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And Doncic throws it down.
And if you give Luka just a sliver of daylight, this is what you get.
Morant looking around. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And stolen by Ayton. Doncic outside. Ayton, the pass to Doncic. 51 seconds left to play here in the third.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Good on the triple.
Well, Morant knows his teammates rely on him to find them. Terrific pass right there.
Doncic kicks to Smart. He's looking for LeBron and finds him. Doncic outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the dunk by James.
He's just adept at gutting the defense in these sets. Give Doncic a passing lane, and he'll thread the needle.
Morant against Doncic. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. There's the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Doncic has got 49 points in the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Lakers on top, just dominating this one. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. G.G. Jackson is out there with Clark. Then it's Morant. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Spencer in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Doncic dishes to LeBron. No good on the three. And for Memphis, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Back to Jerome. The three. Hits the three-point bomb.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
Doncic passes to Reeves. Shoots over Morant. Doncic right side. The three ball. Good! Another from three.
He's scorching hot. Another three.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. Jerome, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Doncic outside. Outside, James. This one for three. Doncic finds James. His three-pointer's off the mark. For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And with so many teams, Dan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Oh, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts, where they're at least relatively lower priced, helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality players.
There's no end to the ways Doncic can score.
Here's Edey, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The three for Doncic, and he's good on the three ball.
3 points.
Doncic has got 57 points.
Look, this guy is clearly on a heater from deep. If you're the defense, you cannot allow him to shoot it from out there. Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
James sets the screen for Doncic. And good! There's another. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Over to the left wing. Morant outside. And again, unable to change momentum here. LA has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Back to Doncic. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions, only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. Jackson finds Jerome. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
steps back. The three for Doncic, and again for three.
And what a fireworks display he's showing us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game.
And it's a four-way tie now. Himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Dame Lillard.
And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Hits it from three-point range. Jerome's got 9 points here in the second half.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
Well, his triple-double stat line is evidence of his impact on this game. He was affecting play at all times.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
Well, he's been doing a great job of making something out of nothing, especially on the offensive glass.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Coward. Back to Morant. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, that's a good sign there from Morant. He needs to keep making those shots in order to open this offense up.
LeBron with a screen on Morant. Connects again from distance.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg, he's now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
In all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And tonight, not just a regular season win, it also counts in the NBA Cup standings.
And if you look at the teams that advance in the Cup, you normally have to win this first game, so they're off to a strong start.
So let's go courtside where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game. Allie.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Luka, and Luka, you got a tough win tonight. What are your initial thoughts on the performance?
You know, we got to win against a team that is very competitive. You know, they go hard no matter what. You know, they're a great team. And, you know, I'm just glad we got to win. And we got to keep going like that.
Victory tastes a little sweeter against an opponent like that. Thanks, Luka.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And now, our player of the game, Luka Doncic.